Now I'm joined by Tim Rappleye, class of '79. How good does it feel to be back here?
It's good. I did want to just make a comment on camera. I'm sporting kind of fun hockey logos. I got an ECAC, and it's Lake Placid. I'm very fond of Lake Placid. And I got the kind of a Colts hat, old school. I'm thinking Johnny Unitas. I played in the '70s. I'm an older guy, but I love to talk hockey.
So you played here from '75 to '79. That banner right up there, the '77-'78 season. What a year that was for you guys.
You know what? But when I talk about it from a sports vantage point journalistically, it was two insane games where we overachieved to win an NCAA West Regional, first one, on foreign territory against the home team. And then the next game was like 10 days later. We played in Springfield and beat a ridiculously good Elmira team. Both 3-goal wins. And we actually got some jump in the polls. We were in a Division I poll, I believe, and this is kind of lore.
I'm quoting you on that.
13th in the country in a St. Paul periodical. I like to say publish reports and see if someone wants to check it,
So you talk about that, you look at that, Division II then, and then you look at the Division I though, the champions of '77-'78, the Boston University Terriers.
Yeah.
And you just most recently published a book, Jack Parker's Wiseguys. Tell us about that a little bit.
Well, it's pretty successful beyond my wildest dreams. I needed a book project. I moved up to Michigan. I played high school. I think a mutual friend, Todd Johnson, had a pretty important impact not only on that team, but on the evolution of his coach, Jack Parker, the 40-year legend in Boston. So Toddy was a high school guy. He brought me into the family of BU hockey. And I also knew from working in the television business, Ruzioni and I have done some kind of Olympic hockey stuff together. And, and they had to, and it was Jack O'Callahan who vouched for me from a mutual friend from working class Boston Latin. Played a lot of beer league with the guy, this mutual friend, Jack Doyle. Made O'Callahan trust me. O'Callahan in Winnetka, just down the Gold Coast here. Had 3 shots of caffeinated coffee and started talking about that team, and I'm recording everything, and I go, I got the book, I got the message, I got it. That's 2 chapters, I'm good, I've already got another one.
So that one was published this past December. You can find that one on Amazon. It's Jack Parker's Wiseguys, and you've got another one in the works. Tell us about that one.
I'm just polishing it. It's, everyone loves a deadline, right? So December 21st of 2018 is the 100th anniversary of the wildest ass death of a sports athlete, maybe ever, maybe Roberto Clemente, but this is on his last flight, the most glamorous college hockey player 100 years ago, Opie Baker, essentially a movie star, offs himself in front of his troops 100 years ago, coming up this December. So that's the book that hasn't been written, needs to be written. It's a modern look. There's a lot of polished biographies of this guy. I got 160 letters of him. I know what he's thinking a little bit, know what his mindset was. He's got relationships with guys. The Opie Baker committee may be a little up in arms, but I got everything documented. There's been 4 books written about Opie Baker. None of them have the 1, 2, 3, 4. Where'd you get your facts? Can you source this historically? I'm putting it all in there. I'm going after it, and I got a deadline.
I love it. And then you talk about, you were in the TV production business, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So upon graduation, you worked on the Olympics in 1980, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And you worked from the Olympics from 1980, in Lake Placid, all the way up into the 2014 ones in Sochi. What was that like?
It was a hustle, it was a scramble, but it was the show. Because once I had gotten infected by the Miracle on Ice, every 4 years, there's a chance at really this kind of pure hockey sports buzz. So I would sell my soul and hustle. I was pretty good energy. And so I would freelance. I did 3 different networks, 4 different networks on these things. Finding gigs. I got a reporter's gig with the official IOC. I was working for the feds, essentially, covering women's hockey. But they gave me miles of minutes to put on their Olympic network channel. So I had a fun run chasing it. I'm off the Olympic wheel now. I'm off the World Junior wheel. I'm still hustling. And so I had to evolve into a writer. And that's going okay. And I'm treating it like a producer. I'm hitting deadlines, telling stories. It's just like writing features. 3.5-minute features. I did 30 of them for this last book,
Well, it sure seems like it's working out for you, Tim. Thanks so much for joining me here tonight, and we'll see you around.
Hey, because I didn't get a chance, I need 10 seconds to say what a trip it is to be back at Lake Forest. Great place, unbelievable memories, the boys. And Jackie hit out of the park all weekend. That's the last word.
Thanks so much, Tim. More to come. Stay tuned during this intermission.